Welcome to Premier Sports Talk. We are live in the studio, bringing you the sports talk show for the people. Let's dive in.
What's happening, everybody? Yes, the one and only Double P, host of Premier Sports Talk. You know, I posted a live segment earlier today, but I couldn't get back in where I was trying to fit in. When I told you I was going to come back on live when Deshaun Watson and Shedeur Sanders was interviewed after practice. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop it here today. In this particular segment, I'm going to give you some behind the scenes, what occurred up there that I wasn't able to provide you earlier today on the live highlights on day 2 of the mandatory minicamp. And the first thing I'm going to drop is, because what you didn't know and what you're about to know is that yesterday on Well Off Media, Mr. AKA Bucky, Mr. Deshaun Sanders Jr. himself, when they closed out practice and Shedeur walked up to his brother, and Shedeur asked his brother, hey, whenever y'all come up here from now on, do me a favor, don't let me know, just let it be secret. And I made a comment yesterday on my live feed, maybe that may be getting to Shedeur a little bit mentally, you know, having a little bit of added pressure when his pops come up there knowing that he's watching. You know, Bucky closed out the video by saying, well, I guess I'm not going to tell you that Pops will be up here tomorrow. So him saying that, it went viral all over social media. And you're about to hear the truth on why we didn't see Coach Prime up there. So I'm giving you the latest and the greatest. I don't know if anybody else may have dropped this, but I'm giving you some news that you can use.
Dad just called me.
Checking on everything.
He doing his thing. They're not really. They just doing plays right now. It's not any. They're not going at each other right now.
Gotcha. The only reason I'm not there is because I'm here at our camp. We have a camp right now with the youth.
How's the camp going?
Camp is going good. We had special needs too. We got a special needs camp going on at the same time.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
It's a beautiful thing, my brother. Nice, good old son. How you doing?
Pretty good. Just blessed.
Yeah, let me see your face. Let me see.
He doing his thing.
You know, I can tell when he's comfortable. From his conversations, from, you know, when we talk in the evening and all that, he's comfortable. He's very comfortable.
Yeah.
I want to come to see it. I hope I don't have to wait until, you know, they start camp in July. But I may have to.
He was in the back running plays last night at 8 p.m.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Boy, in the crib?
Yeah, at the house. Like getting his footwork down.
Yeah, he locked in.
Yeah.
He definitely locked in.
So there you have it. Like I said, I'm Double P, host of Premier Sports Talk. And you just heard from Mr. Deshaun Sanders himself, Mr. Coach Prime, is that the reason why he didn't show up today on day 2 of the mandatory training camp was that he has his own camp that was going on up in Boulder, Colorado. And he also was hosting a special needs camp. But then we also heard Mr. Primetime, Mr. Deshaun Sanders say is that he hope he ain't got to wait till training camp. Well, we already know he got to wait till training camp because tomorrow, Thursday, is the last day in the mandatory training camp for all NFL players to be with their teams. So up there in Cleveland, tomorrow's the last day for the mandatory training camp. And then they get a 5-week break, y'all. And then we all going to be fiending from some Cleveland Browns, Deshaun Watson, Shedeur Sanders, any kind of content up there outside of hearing the local media crashing out. So what I want to do is I'm going to play this 2 brief clips, internet clips here. And I haven't decided if I'm going to pause it in between. That's what I'll do. I'm going to let you hear Shedeur Sanders speak. Then I'll speak my thoughts out outwardly. And then we're going to listen to Deshaun Watson. And then I'll show you some behind the scenes, small clip of where Deshaun Watson Shedeur Sanders spoke to another Cleveland media local person up there right after camp ended. So I'm trying to give you stuff you may not have seen before. What's going on with the volume? There we go.
My fault.
Thought it was me.
Talked about how impressed they've been with your growth since the Austin workout program started. Where do you think you've grown the most and kind of your comfort within this offense?
I'm a man of my word, so if I say I'm dedicating everything I have to be great, then that's just what I'm going to do. So I think now you can understand I'm a man of my word a little bit more.
Shedeur, as far as on the field as a quarterback, and what's the way Todd maybe has helped you and benefited you the most in what you do on the field?
I'd say relationship. I never want to let my coaches down at all at any point. Even if it may look like a good day, if I know internally, like, it's a couple things I messed up on, it's just a relationship. That's what I'm based off of, and that's what I appreciate a lot. All these coaches, having that relationship, and we know everything coming from like a get better standpoint, and just being able to talk. So if I miss a throw out there, it's like, dang, I don't even want to talk to the coach. I'm like, I let him down, But I think that's just how we all feel on this team. Like we love Coach Munkin and all the coaches that's with him.
How would you assess the way the competition is going with you and Deshaun?
I don't think I'm a judge. I'm not a judge.
So, Todd made it sound like yesterday, like the competition is going to continue in the training camp. So, how do you prepare yourself, either mentally and physically, for coming back 6 weeks from now and duking it out for this?
See, I think the way how y'all look at things is different than how we look at things. We look at coming to practice every day, being the best player we can be as an individual and as a good teammate. Y'all look at it as like a competition. It's like that's not really nothing I'm just focused on. I'm focused on developing as a player, like doing everything, getting as comfortable as I can in the offense and the scheme, and playing with that confidence I had. So I think that's all I'm really looking for and trying to improve every day, whether it's mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually. Like, I'm just trying to be a better person every day, and wherever that falls into place, it'll fall into place.
We've seen Todd not afraid to just, if there's a mistake, pre-snap or whatever, he'll stop the play and make you guys reset. He coaches you up hard during practice. Just, what is that? I guess what's your view of that? How much does that help you when you have a head coach that's not afraid to set expectations in the middle of a practice like that?
Seems like something familiar I was used to. It seems like a guy that I'm real familiar with. So I enjoy it. I definitely like his expectations he has for us, and it gives you no choice but to be great or to get out the way. I think it's just that simple.
Do you plan on hosting a workout prior to training camp with teammates before you go?
Yeah. What do you mean attend Deshaun's?
Do you think he's having a workout for teammates in South Florida?
I just think that was just a question to try to start something, honestly.
It really is.
I think we're a team. If one of us chooses to do something, we all gonna do it together as a team. It's not no individual thing. So that's the thing. Like the quarterback room, like we all connected, we all cool. That's the difference. Like we all cool, we all communicate with each other. Hey, there's nobody's single individual idea, because that creates separation with, okay, now what receiver's gonna show up for this guy? Nah, we all a team. We all gonna come as one. We all gonna get together as one team and get things done. Cause then that's what that causes separation and just a messed up vibe. And it's like, that's not really what we own this year. We own like being a great team.
So I definitely needed to stop right there. I didn't want to play this whole particular part of him being interviewed. And the key thing I need to bring out here is Mr. Tony Gross, ESPN Cleveland, been beat reporter up there, going on 30-something years, I believe. And then all the questions he could ask You heard Shedeur Sanders. He wasn't having it. He stopped Tony Grossi in his tracks. He said, I think you asked that question to start something. And me personally, I think he asked that question to start something. And if you didn't hear what Tony Grossi asked Shedeur, he said, during the break that they have after tomorrow for the last day of mandatory minicamp, and they get like a 5-week break before they have to show up for training camp. He asked him, are you going to attend Deshaun Watson's camp with him working out with receivers down in Miami? Now, this has been trending on social media. This ain't something new because content creators has been putting it out there and people are agreeing or disagreeing about should Deshaun Watson really be asking some of the wide receivers to come down there and work out with him one-on-one. Well, the starting quarterback, that's something normal that they do when they're on break. But if you can tell by Shedeur's reaction, he was caught off guard. But instead of him being confrontational about it, all he said was to Grossi, he says, I think you asked that question to start something. But he also said they got a new mindset. If there's gonna be, individuals working out, they need to work out as a team, to come together, to better them as a whole. Shedeur took the high road, but he did get caught off guard by that question. And what I will say is, when the Deshaun Watson came up after Shedeur spoke, they didn't double down and ask that question again because Shedeur put them in check. And that's all I got to say about that. But y'all can let me know down in the comments. But again, if it's your first time watching, I'm your host, Double P of Premier Sports Talk. Well, I call myself Double P because my channel is @Prentice Premier. Hit that like button, hit that like button, hit that like button. They help push this out in the YouTube algorithm. And if by chance you ain't subscribed, subscribe. It's free. I'm not asking you to join the membership, even though I did become a YouTube partner, even though you can bless me and provide a super chat down there if you picking up what I'm putting down. Or you can even drop a Cash App and bless me either way. But for all of you 4,000 subscribers, matter of fact, I think we may be over 4,100 today. Thank you all for becoming a part of the Premier Sports Talk family and reserving your seat. And I'm just so appreciative of you. Now let's continue listening to Shedeur. Y'all hear what he's saying? Shedeur Sanders is focused. And we heard when I opened up this video feed episode, you heard his father say when he was talking to Deshaun Sanders Jr., a.k.a. Bucky at Well-Off Media, we heard Coach Prime say that. And talking with Shedeur the night before, he says Shedeur is in a good place mentally. He's locked in. And we just heard, he's telling the media, y'all looking at this as a competition, but I'm looking at it as an opportunity to improve my skill set mentally, improve himself physically, improve, how quick he's releasing the ball, his footwork. He's doing everything he needs to do to better himself. And he's not going to be worried about and stressing about the uncontrollables. He's controlling what he can control. And that's him performing to the best of his ability. Y'all see the smile on his face? That smile is priceless. He said, that was Daryl Ryder, 92.3 The Fan. He said, how does he feel about Coach Monken stopping him, coaching him up, being hard on him? And then Shedeur, with $1 million smile on his face, said, it seems like something I was used to. Boy, I got a clip. I didn't put it down for this particular feed where Coach Prime lit in. His father lit into Shedeur, and they was losing the game. And he came down so hard on him before, they was walking back into the tunnel. Boy, I felt bad. So the way Coach Prime came down on Shedeur. And he told him to lock in, get focused. You got more in you. You got more in you. And they came back and won that particular game. Hey, something called tough love. I know many of you heard it. If you heard a tough love before, drop it in the chat whenever you watch this live feed. Tough love make a strong woman. Tough love make a strong man. I'm here to tell you, tough love produces winners in life. We had to play this over. Oh, I got some technical difficulties.
Say and talk to each other.
Shedeur, what about the new O-line in front of you too? Is it a similar process?
Yeah, the new O-line, they really cool. We definitely have a lot of things in common that we talk about, and I think it's real cool. I think they really go out their way, to connect with everybody. And I think it's natural also. I think we have a lot of cool activities that we're all gonna get together, either individually, or as a big group and do. So it's the team honestly is real fun. It's real exciting to be around. It's not really a dull moment when you have all these different players, personalities, everything. So it never feels like work. It never feels like you going out here in this long days. You look at everything like it's fun and it's a game.
Well, what's going on? I got multiple things going on. So that's the bulk of what Shedeur Sanders had to say. And every time whether it's Mary Kay, Tony Grossi, or maybe somebody may get the kahunas to say something crazy, Shedeur Sanders just puts them in their place, which is what I really, really like. So, whether you for Deshaun Watson or you for Shedeur, I always say I don't put one man down and lift another man up. I just don't do that. Because it's a win-win situation. We can allow them both to be successful. So we got to let Deshaun Watson, we got to let him talk here. He ain't talked in almost 2 years. So we definitely got to listen to what he got to say. Let me share this screen.
And it's a blessing. It's great. Anytime you get the opportunity to play in the National Football League is an honor. So I don't take it for granted. I work hard to do what I need to do each and every day to try to put out the best product I can on the field.
Deshaun, what is your mindset just entering the final year of your contract? Obviously, everything that's gone on injury-wise over the past 2 years, really the past couple of years. Just where are you at mentally, your mindset? How do you approach it all?
I'm great mentally. I'm in a great space. My home is good. Me and my wife is doing a heck of a job, just working each and every day mentally to just stay on top of what we need to stay on top of. So I appreciate her. I appreciate the staff and the organization for always, having my back. And I'm in a good space, enjoying myself out here, enjoying my teammates and the new coaching staff. So I'm in a great space.
What was the last year and a half like for you since that injury in that Bengals game?
It was a lot of ups and downs. I learned a lot about myself. Learned that just got to be patient. Just keep working, keep pushing forward. But I've always kind of had that mentality since I was a kid. Growing up. So it wasn't anything new for me. The situation and environment was probably new, just being with the type of injuries that I had. But outside of that, just keep pushing forward. That's how life goes. Life is going to continue to go on. So, it's been tough, but at the same time, I was able to grow and learn.
Deshaun, was there ever a thought? You talk about the ups and downs. Was there ever a fear in the back of your mind, like, am I going to ever be able to get back out there and get an opportunity to play this game?
No, never was a thought.
Deshaun, the last time we saw you on the field, you were rupturing your Achilles, and you got some boos from some fans. How do you, and now there still are some fans that don't necessarily seem to be in your corner. How, as you move forward and maybe become the starting quarterback of the Cleveland Browns, how do you reconcile or grapple with the notion that, maybe you don't have all the support that you would hope that you would have from Cleveland Browns fans?
At the end of the day, I can't control what, people support. I think that's their own opinions. I think that all I can do is just put out the best person I am, showcase who I am as a person, as a player, as a teammate, and what I represent as an individual. So outside of that, I can't focus on, what the outside is saying or what they, I have no control over that other than just putting out the best, product that I can put out as a person and as a player.
So did you have any emotions with that? Obviously, like I know a lot of your teammates kind of spoke out about that, how
for sure
frustrated they were. And kind of a real low moment for you. Do you have any strong emotions about that kind of some of that kind of reaction?
I had emotions at the time, but you grow out of it.
Yesterday, Pat Monken said this competition is too close to call. Do you feel that way?
I just come show up every day, so I can't control, coaches.
Rosie always trying to ask some questions.
He's the one calling the plays, and he got to decide who wants out there on the field. So at the end of the day, I got to just show up each and every day and be ready, and wait for my numbers called.
Sean, coming off the Achilles, how important is it to you to get a chance to start again in this time?
It's very important. I think each and every person that walks into the locker room should have that mindset that you want to start in this league. That's why we show up each and every day, is to be able to go out there and be able to perform on Sundays or whenever that day is. So it's definitely the main focus of why I work hard to be able to come back the way I do.
So how does this system fit you versus the last installment of the OCs?
It's a lot of responsibility on the quarterbacks in the system, and I think that that's what I had in Houston when I was with Bill O'Brien. It was pretty much that Tom Brady tree, and everything relied on the quarterback operation. So with Monk, he's given a lot of responsibility to us, and you got to own up to the responsibilities and the situations and what you decide to do on the field. And I think that's something that I'm very comfortable with.
It's been a while since you've been on the field, since you're competing. So how are you doing?
I'm doing well. I'm doing great.
Deshaun, when you look at the way that your first 3 seasons here went, you get back out onto the field as the starting quarterback for the Cleveland Browns, do you think that you will have a better opportunity to be successful at it, given everything around you, given the Todd Monken system, given the supporting cast? Do you think that this will be a chance to show who the real Deshaun Watson is here?
Of course. And the only reason I really say that is because, it's the next opportunity. I can't look in the past. I can't look in the rearview mirror. Obviously, those situations, you have those experiences, but at the same time, you got to keep pushing forward. So my mentality is one day at a time, and for love. And I think you guys seen it on social media, focus only on victories every day. And so that's all I'm focused on, is just being able to keep pushing forward and keep stepping forward. And if I keep stepping forward and standing 10 toes down, then I'll be good.
Deshaun, I know you said that you didn't have any doubts in your mind that you worried about never playing again, but I guess were there any doubts about if you would get another chance in Cleveland to be the starting quarterback?
No, and that's just from internal conversations.
And you thought about what you wanted.
All right, so I had to pause right there. Everybody on social media has been leaning in on that one particular reply. Ashley Babcock up there in Cleveland asked Deshaun, did you ever have any doubts in your mind if you would ever be the starting quarterback again for the Cleveland Browns? Right before I paused this, he paused. He thought about what he was going to say. He smiled, and look at that look. Looking her dead in the eye, and his response was, no, I never had a doubt of ever not becoming the starting quarterback for the Cleveland Browns again because of internal conversations. Everybody want to know, what internal conversations did he have? Is that with Jimmy Haslam? I would say yes. Why am I saying yes? Jimmy Haslam and his wife showed up to Deshaun Watson's wedding. And then the first thought that comes to my mind is a saying that he that finds a wife finds a good thing. Because I don't know if you're checking out the body language of Deshaun Watson, but he looks confident. He doesn't appear to be nervous. It looks like he's in a good mental space. And he did not say that one negative thing to a reporter or even against Shedeur Sanders. And what even I didn't know, would even been following the Sanders family for a while, is that Deshaun Watson has been really close with the Sanders family. He even brought up in this particular interview how when Deshaun Sanders Jr., a.k.a. Bucky of Well-Off Media, when he played for the college playing football running back for SMU, how Deshaun Watson used to attend the games, how he was really good friends with the coach of SMU, and how he kept in touch with the Sanders family throughout the years. And even during the pre-draft and what was going on with Shedeur, and even after the draft. And if you don't know, you're about to know, if you may not have tapped in last year and watched any of the games because you may not have cared about the Cleveland Browns, is that Deshaun Watson was being a good teammate and helping Shedeur Sanders out on the sideline with the tablet, going over plays, sharing his knowledge with him when the daggone coach wouldn't even speak to Shedeur. Deshaun Watson, whether you dislike him or like him, I just want to see both these young men do good. And whatever the Most High will is for them, hey, it shall be. Because whatever God has for us, no man can shut a door that he's already paved the way and made open for us. Who do I want to see Who do I want to see starting week 1? To keep it real, I want to see Shedeur start week 1. But at the same time, if ownership choose to start Deshaun Watson, that'll give, look at things in the big picture, that'll give Shedeur a longer runway to learn from the mistakes that are being made of the person that starts before him. People want to say up there in Cleveland in the local media that Shedeur may trash this year, be trash. They are out of their daggone mind. They goony goo-goo. Yeah, that's right, I said it. 92.3 The Fan, Ultimate Cleveland Sports Show, whether it be Jay Crawford, Jason Lloyd, Adam the Bull, Nick Lima, Ken Carmen. Well, Ken Carmen, he want to see Shedeur play. Nick Peterlin, he's down for Shedeur, so I ain't got nothing to say against him. Either way it go, however this story is written, I just want to see them both do well and both succeed. Because to me, truthfully, what I believe in my heart of hearts, I think Haslam is going to give Watson the opportunity to start at least 3 games. At least 3 games. I really feel he's going to allow him to start these first 2 games just to see how he plays. Because the first 2 games of the season, first they start down in Jacksonville, they follow it up the next week with Tampa, and then they come home to play the Panthers. And then the next home game is against the Pittsburgh Steelers, black and yellow, on October 1st, on Thursday Night Football. If they start Shedeur, if they start Watson and he don't play well, it's my prediction on this June the 10th that we shall see Shedeur Sanders start that Thursday night game, Thursday Night Football, so the world can see nationally Shedeur go against the Pittsburgh Steelers again. The Browns beat the Steelers next to the last game of last season. Shedeur Sanders was playing, and he beat the Cincinnati Bengals. Shedeur Sanders deserved a right to be the starting quarterback. But it is what it is. There's always going to be politics played in our lives, in this world. We just got to be able to roll with the punches. I just wanted to get in where I fit in. I promised some people I was going to show these 2 live interviews. Again, I'm Double P, host of Premier Sports Talk. Hit that like button. Drop your comments in. Most importantly, hit that like button, hit that like button, hit that like button. And if you ain't subscribed to the channel, hit that notification bell. And I will see you when I see you. And thank you all for being a blessing.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Atlanta. Go, man, go. All right. Feeling good. Thank you all.